Well, in the AG's office, we have oversight with charitable organizations. So whether they've been properly organized, whether funds that have been raised are being spent for the purposes for which the charitable organization has been set up, et cetera. So we've got jurisdiction here to really look into not just the National Humane Society, but charitable organizations generally. And when we learned about what happened last year during the tornadoes down in Moore, there was a significant amount of, as you know, media that was placed by the National Humane Society to raise funds on the displacement, the concern for dogs and cats and local animals at the local level. And so we've heard information back that perhaps all those monies that were raised was quite substantial, and whether those were actually reinvested back in the community to help with those challenges we had as a state, we don't know whether that's in fact happened or not. So the letter that we sent to the Humane Society, National Humane Society, was to find out exactly what has transpired, how much money was raised from Oklahoma in 2013, how much of that money, 2013, how much of that money was dedicated to these types of needs as you represented in your media, both electronic and otherwise. And to date, we haven't received a response back. And so we think it's a very important issue because we want to make sure that all charitable organizations are not misrepresenting to the public. As you know, Oklahomans are very generous, and they saw the need was quite dramatic at the time, and hearts were opened to give, and we want to make sure that those funds were used consistent with the representations that were made by the National Humane Society.
The 30-second radio ads that are airing in Oklahoma now are talking about this issue. What's your response to that?
I think awareness is very good. I think raising awareness on this issue is very important because we have many instances where national organizations, not just the National Humane Society, come into states all over the country to raise money. And as they do that, the representations they're making, we need to make sure that, in fact, they're carrying out those representations and the functions for which they exist. And so for people to raise awareness and to draw attention to this, I think is a very important thing. Our letter and our correspondence to the National Humane Society, I think, contributed to that. And I think the electronic, ads, radio ads that are being run now is very helpful too.